Well, we're so pleased to welcome back into our studio Brian Adams, and Brian owns an independent travel agency called Travel with Pop Pop, named after his affinity for his family and grandchildren.
Although my children call me Pop Up too. Because their children call me Pop Up. So
and you can call them Pop Up too.
You can call me, yeah.
Boy, why do you love being a travel agent, and particularly sending folks on 7-day or longer cruises?
I like it. It all started way back when I was very young, and I remember being this is a real fascinating thing, on a road trip with my parents in New York, upstate New York.
Yeah.
And as I was probably 12 or 13 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember driving along and seeing a Mohawk Airlines aircraft fly overhead, twin-engine Convair prop, and it was going someplace to an airport. So I talked to them, please take me to the airport. So they took me to the airport. I could see the plane, but then I conned them into letting me fly from Watertown, New York to Messina, New York.
Wow.
100 miles, and I had to wait 3 hours at the airport on the other end while they drove to pick me up. So that hooked me on moving along with airplanes. And then when I got married, and I started to travel, and my wife, who was in the travel business, started to take us on cruises. Me on cruises. That was it, because I love the sea. I love to watch the birds. I can sit for a very long time and just watch the water and listen to it, because we have a really beautiful earth, and I've seen a lot of it from Yokohama, going to Japan, going from Japan up to the peninsula in Russia and over to Alaska, or going across the Atlantic and on transatlantic, doing all the Caribbean. I've been all the way down on the Baja and from Los Angeles. I've done Bermuda, out of New York. I've been out of New York City, and I've been in New England and doing all those. So I've just been, and I love it. And the funny thing, I've never been sick. Sometimes people say, oh, they're afraid of getting ill. Well, I've been in rough seas, but it never bothered me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Knock on wood. It just doesn't happen, because I love being out at sea.
And I know people, if they wanted to, they could probably dial a 1-800 number and book things. But because you've been on, I guess, 70 cruises over the years, pretty good for somebody being 39 years old.
Yeah,
actually.
right.
What do you, because you're a consultant, what do you try to share with people who've maybe either not cruised before or wanting to try something different, that you can kind of earn your commission from the cruise line?
Yeah, first of all, it's the service that I provide is free to guests, to people.
That's right.
That doesn't cost them any money. I earn a commission later on. One of the things that I can do, and I will always do for people, which I continue to do with the guests that I have now, is if I see some deal come along somewhere, I'm going to dig really deeply into that whole deal and see if anybody that I have can access that deal. Of course, working with Cruise Brothers, they have a lot of group space that they book, and when they book group space like 2 years out, when they open up for reservations for a certain cruise, they go in and they bargain with these cruise lines, and the cruise lines want our business to come into them, because number one, it saves not having fewer people to work for them, but and just paying the commission that they pay, it just saves a whole lot of money on their end. So anyway, they book all these cruises, and then I have pages of group space available for all different cruise lines for all over the world that I can access. And so if I find that it's better than the deal that I found for them, then I'll go there.
Yeah.
And I'll do that. That's the difference with, look at when you're looking at just online, for instance, you really don't know, because you're going to get a price, for instance. And if you want to spend a lot of time looking and trying to figure it out, I'll do that for you. I like to say, I do the work, you have the fun. and I'm going to do the most I can do to make sure that you have the very best rate available.
Well, you can have fun. Just travel with poppop.com for sure, and he represents 36 different cruise lines. I was on your website. What are some of the cruises that you're trying to maybe book for 2023?
Do you mean just cruise lines?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, for
cruises. No. Just I think it was Alaska that you're looking at.
Yeah. Some of the very I want to get people. I've been to Alaska twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once when I came from Yokohama that time, and once a year ago last August. And Alaska is a beautiful destination, May through October. I don't think you want to go the rest of the year because it gets pretty dark.
Yeah, it's a little depressing.
Yeah, a little depressing
later in the year.
And the best times to go for money saving is May or September or October. Okay, it's a little chilly. When I was there in the end of August, it was a little chilly. But you know what? Living here, it didn't bother me at all because I just put on a little jacket. Of course, I saw the young man out putting chaise lounges out when it was a little cold, and I thought, why are you doing that? And he said, well, you just got to put them out. There was nobody out there because we were just having a great time with cool weather. But anyway, he was doing it. So Alaska is a great spot. All over the Caribbean, I would. Those are fun 7-night cruises. It's very hard to get a cruise for 4 or 5 nights to go anywhere further than the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
And there are lots of fun places to go in the Bahamas, but it's hard to do that. But 7, 8, 9, 10 in the Caribbean. And there are all kinds of. If you want to do a really deluxe, you can travel around South America. You can go from Fort Lauderdale and come back to Fort Lauderdale 128 days later or something like that. So it kind of depends. Whatever people want to do, I try to listen to what they tell me they want to do. If they want to go to Alaska, listen, I can tell you about Alaska. Been there, done that, like it. It's beautiful. My kids love it. My kids have been there. My grandkids have been there.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. So,
yeah.
Also, the ones that call me Pop, they're cruise lovers. The 4 of them.
That's awesome. Now, how affordable is it for someone either to go for 7 days or, remember, we're near the holidays. Is it affordable enough for them to be able to provide this as a gift?
They can.
Mm-hmm.
It is affordable enough. I will work with anybody who wants to do something like that, and we will find. And when the people are ready to book, for instance, and they want to provide some kind of a gift, okay, as long as I know what the price structure is or what they want to do, I'll go from there for them.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. I'm not very high sale. Other than I'm excited about it. I'm excited about helping people. So that's it.
That's wonderful. And you can even save a little bit more money on travelwithpoppop.com. You have a little discount for someone if they book with you.
Yes.
And it'll buy you a couple more cocktails on the cruise ship, I would say, which is a good thing.
Yeah, people want to know where those fun things are. You can find on different ships because all of them have different little caveats. So I listen to what people tell me, and then I'll find the cruise line that matches what they're telling me.
Excellent. And so we know the website, but just a direct way for people to reach you via phone. I know you're in the North Augusta area.
Right, 803-522-5696.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
sir.
Love your shirt. Makes me want to go on a cruise.
Yeah, isn't it nice? It's a little big, but it's nice.
That's all right. Yeah. You wear it well. Thank you, Pop.
Thank you.